the danger here?
It's extraordinarily dangerous. It turns out it's the most dangerous, not only plastic surgery procedure, it's the most dangerous operation there is with the highest fatality rate. And I'll tell you why. You take fat from one part of your body, typically the abdomen, you process it, and you inject in the buttock. Sounds easy, right? The problem is there's these very small little veins in the buttock that lead directly to the vena cava, which is the major blood vessel that brings blood back from your body to your heart, to your lungs. If you get fat in those little vessels and it gets in the main vena cava and goes to your lungs, it's over. It's the most fatal operation there is. And I would advise there are other ways to get a full buttock besides that.
If it's the deadliest operation, period, are they giving warnings when they do this to people? I mean, are people adequately being informed about the dangers here?
Not in my opinion. Now, last year, before the pandemic, an international task force was gathered to warn all of Europe that this is such a dangerous operation. And in this country, the American Society of Plastic Surgeons started to talk about it. They sent out a few articles about it, and then everybody pretty much ignored it. But listen, it's super dangerous. You can do it in the gym. There are safe fillers to do it. I recommend people back away from Brazilian butt lifts.
It was on the black market, but I went to a person that was well known in my music circle. He was not a doctor. He does this in a hotel room. He told us that it was gel, some type of gel or whatever, when it was actually free-floating silicone in your body. So I didn't have any real symptoms until like 5-6 years later. I started to look like an ant, and one morning I woke up and my legs gave out.
Really?
Just out of the blue. I just woke up and fell.
Grand Rising Butterflies, this is the Awakened Butterfly, and I am back with another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please stay for the entire video. If you enjoy the content, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. Welcome and welcome back, my lovely butterflies. Allow me to reintroduce myself, guys, for anyone who is just now actually coming across this channel. I make videos about spiritual awareness, and I also give tips on how to survive spiritual attacks and harassment tactics that are being pushed against target individuals. So this includes me talking about videos touching on several spiritual aspects, things that we may experience during this time of spiritual warfare. And I also make a lot of videos about gang stalking and other harassment tactics that are being formed against target individuals. If this is a channel that you feel resonates with you, or the type of content that you enjoy tuning into, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel and go back and binge watch all of my old content. With that being said, I would like to thank each and every one of you who have been showing love to my channel. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos. A lot of you guys have been watching a lot of my old videos. You guys have been sharing the videos. You guys have been active down in the comment section, and I really appreciate that. And I would just like to let you guys know that you guys are really inspiring, and I really appreciate you for supporting me during my spiritual calling. It really means a lot. And with that being said, as you can tell by the title of the video that I will be presenting to you guys today, I will be talking about the epidemic of cosmetic surgery, self-body image, social media, and the spirit of vanity. And before I start this video, I would just like to put out a quick disclaimer. This video is not in any way or shape, form, or fashion to discredit anyone, to bully anyone, to bash or expose. This video is to spread spiritual awareness and to promote positive body image and self-love, and to also let a lot of people know how the spirit of vanity is an evil spirit that causes distraction, and it fills us with emptiness because it is just an image. And in today's society, it seems that everything is ran off of image, and it serves as a huge distraction because an image has no value. It's what's inside that counts. It's the purpose of which that counts. And a lot of times we can be so hard on ourselves, with loving ourselves and, being comfortable in our own skin. And sometimes it can cause many of us to do some things that can actually harm ourselves when in all actuality, we're perfect in the eyes of the Most High. He made all of us in a beautiful image, and he does not make any mistakes. And the enemy will try and distract you with the spirit of vanity to make you become discouraged, to make you unhappy with yourself, and to make you see an image of yourself that's not even there. And that is the main point of me making this video today. Before I get into this video, I would like to give a shout out to my credible sources: aarn.org, essence.com, cdc.gov, TikTok, openbibleinfo.com. And yeah, that's it, guys. Guys, it seems that during these end times, the world is being ran out of confliction, war, organized crime and harassment, and wicked, self-destructing trends and agendas. And today I will be speaking on a trend that has become very, very popular. And it's very popular on TikTok. And this is the cosmetic surgery trend. Many people from the ages of 18 to 61, statistically speaking, are getting some type of, around the world are getting some type of body altering surgery done. And this is not to bash anyone in any kind of way. It's the self-destructing trends that are being pushed by the enemy that are causing many people to do these things. Having a negative self-body image, of themselves, feeling that they constantly need to change the appearance of themselves. When really, in reality, it's the spirit that we have to make sure is operating correctly. Meaning we have to make sure we're moving righteously. Now, don't get me wrong. The Most High God does want you to care about your appearance. He does want you to care about how you look. He wants you to practice routine self-care. He wants you to eat right. He wants you to work. He wants you to do all of those things. He doesn't want you to fall so deep into the spirit of vanity that you will cause possible harm to yourself. And that's the whole point of, of what I'm trying to stress today. The extent of risk surrounding the various trends and agendas that has become popularized in our society are being over popularized. And also some are more detrimental than others. And one of which is the widespread of the cosmetic surgeries. And in today's video, I will be discussing some possible reasons as to why, this agenda could possibly be as dominant as it is, as well as the risk factors that many experience when undergoing, these types of procedures. And unfortunately, guys, in today's society, everything is about image, and many Americans feel that the way they look plays a huge role in how they will be perceived, by others. Many feel that it could even improve their lifestyle as well as boost their confidence level. And don't get me wrong, when you look good, you feel good. It's just the extent, of which we can go to where we have to think about our health, our mental, and our spiritual. We don't want to go, we have to have a balance in everything. We don't want to go too far on the edge because, too much of anything is not good. Many people have careers that are solely based on how they look. So the way they look and the extent that they will go in order to maintain that look or to improve that look is very important to them. People in the modeling industry, many celebrities, people who are, very popular social media influencers. It seems that over the years, many individuals have been so determined and adamant about their looks that they will go as far as to drastically alter their face and their bodies. And this is, like I said, this is not to bash anyone. It's not about their decision to have the surgery. It's about the decision to have the surgery, knowing the health effects that can take place when the surgery is not something that has to be had. You know what I mean? These surgeries are not health-based. Some are. If it's a part of, let's say for instance, someone was in an accident and, they had to have a cosmetic surgery or something like that, it's very understandable. There's many cases where people have to have these type of surgeries. But I'm talking about the reasons that are solely based around vanity within itself. So since every surgery that we have in life is a risk, it makes you wonder why people are putting themselves through this type of pain and, risk just for a certain look. And since everything is spiritual, like I always say, there is a spirit that drives this type of behavior. And that doesn't mean people are evil or they're, it doesn't mean that. But the spirit of vanity, as well as the enemy, has ways of driving people to self-destruct. And many of us have experienced these type of things. It could just be, different aspects. We could just be dealing with it in a different way. According to Dr. Hishan Safi, which is a board-certified cosmetic surgeon, he explained how many of his clients around the time of the pandemic were remote workers. And they came in to get an upper body cosmetic procedure because they explained to him that during their remote calls, they realized that they were not pleased with the way they looked. And they wanted to do something to change the way they looked. This could explain why, according to a 2020 statistic report from the American Association of Plastic Surgery, that approximately 15.6 million upper cosmetic procedures were done, including nose reshaping, liposuction, eyelid surgery, facelifts, and breast augmentations. However, amongst all body altering procedures, the BBL is the most popular widespread agenda that's being pushed, especially on TikTok in today's society. The BBL, which is commonly known as the Brazilian butt lift, is a procedure where the surgeon removes excess fat from a specific area of the body and places it into the buttocks of their client. This excess fat is usually taken from the hips, thighs, or the lower abdomen. Now, despite the name of this popular procedure, it wasn't, quick disclaimer, it wasn't, it isn't created out of the connection to the Brazilian culture, by the way. I just wanted to put that out there. Just something that I found out during research. The most common surgery, contrary to the BBL, was butt implants. And they used to be a popular thing, but became less popular when people realized that the Brazilian butt lift gave them more of a natural look. BBLs are said to give a more natural appearance, and since 2010 has become very popular amongst women and surprisingly men as well. According to a dailymail.com article, approximately 1.3 million men have had BBL procedures done in 2023. That leaves the other 4 million to make up for the many women who has had a Brazilian butt lift. Which there's nothing wrong with people wanting to look good, wanting to build their confidence or anything like that. However, unfortunately, many have experienced some serious health problems after receiving upper and lower body cosmetic procedures. According to CDC.gov, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, many individuals experience health problems after undergoing cosmetic surgeries, and some of which is due to anesthesia complications. These things usually occur during the cosmetic surgery. Too much anesthesia can cause someone to pass out and have respiratory problems. Too little anesthesia can cause them to be awake unintentionally and feel the excruciating pain of the procedure. So there has to be a correct balance of anesthesia that is being administered to the patient at the time of the procedure. Also, inherited health complications such as hypertension and diabetes. A lot of these things are not reported or even asked at the time of the procedure. And the reason why many don't report these type of things because they don't want to be denied of the surgery, which they're putting themselves, at risk when they do that. Many people are obese, or slightly overweight when they have the surgery, which has also caused some cardiovascular problems. Many have also had problems from tobacco use, which a lot of people don't like to report during the time of the surgery, according to nationallibraryofmedicine.com, due to the possibility of being denied. Many reasons, guys, for the tragic demise of individuals who have cosmetic surgeries have also been due to the pre and post-op issues, such as possible fat embolisms. This is where a piece of fat gets stuck into the bloodstream, and this can happen during a liposuction or a fat grafting procedure. And this is a procedure where fat injections are involved, which usually occurs when a person gets a Brazilian butt lift. A disrupted blood vessel during the fat transfer causes the fat to be stuck in the blood vessel and released into the bloodstream, which has resulted in many having respiratory failure. The other traumatic risk factor is thromboembolism, which is a condition in which the blood vessels become obstructed, and this is due to blood clotting. And this can be caused by a client having a past history of diabetes or smoking or obesity. and also a possible history of blood clots. According to a plastic surgery research article on SchragerLaw.com, social media, as well as social media influencers, have been responsible for the mainstream of cosmetic surgery procedures in the past 2 years. Not meaning that they're responsible as, they're making people get the surgery, but social media is like the promoter for cosmetic surgery, because this is where a lot of people show their before and after results. This is how they promote the doctors that gave them the surgeries, and this is how a lot of the medical professionals promote themselves. A health research article explains how 14.6 million cosmetic surgeries are done each year in the United States. Statistics show that 1% of all cosmetic surgeries have complications. Now, although this may seem like a small percentage, due to the large amount of cosmetic surgeries that are performed each year, that 1% actually averages out to 150,000 clients each year who experience health complications after their procedure. And guys, that's a lot of people who are experiencing complications from a plastic surgery each year. Now, guys, some more factors that can lead to people having complications with cosmetic surgery is due to medical malpractice. And this is a form of legal action that has been, a leading cause of many clients facing health complications. Now, medical malpractice happens when a healthcare or medical professional causes serious harms to their client due to negligence. And in this case, I'm referring to a cosmetic procedure, although medical malpractice can occur with any type of surgery that is being conducted on someone. Improper medical history exams and testing is one reason why many healthcare professionals face medical malpractice charges. And this occurs when certain medical and healthcare professionals fail to ask the proper questions regarding the patient's medical history, as well as failing to order adequate testing to detect any health concerns that could compromise the patient during and after surgery. Now, guys, this can work, both ways, but the medical professional has to do their job regardless of what their client is telling them. If their client is telling them that they don't have a history of diabetes, they don't have a history of smoking, they don't have a history of high blood pressure in their family, the healthcare professional, with their, the responsibility of their title, it is their responsibility to conduct those types of testing for the client anyway, so they can see for themselves. And this is not only to protect the patient, this is also to protect themselves as well. Because the client might not tell them the truth because they want to have the surgery so bad. Another factor, guys, is failing to check on the patient in between and after post-op checkups. It has been reported that many patients have suffered from serious shock infections because their surgeon wasn't available to fully give them the care and advice that they needed during the post-op healing process. And many have suffered from tissue damage as well, and also from sanitation issues pre and post surgery. It is said that many have caught shock infections from unsterilized surgery tools. So, guys, it's very important that all things are in place before a person has surgery, on the doctor's end as well as the patient's. Many also go through botched surgeries. They experience botched surgeries, and botched surgeries can occur from unexperienced or unlicensed medical or non-medical professionals who fail to perform proper pre-op, surgical, and post-op procedures, usually causing serious effects, if not fatal issues for the patient. Now, guys, if someone is unlicensed and they're doing these things undercover for a cheaper price, they're probably not going to even care about the medical history of the client. They're not going to ask any questions, and, the client may not even discuss any medical issues with them as well. It's like a quick fix. You're going to do what I want, and you have the money, that I need. So let's go ahead and make this exchange. We're not going to ask any questions. It's like an unprofessional surgery. And it has caused many to experience botched surgery, which has caused them to undergo the knife again. In each year, several unlicensed individuals who pose as surgeries are offering people who desire mainly BBLs and lipo are arrested for illegally performing cosmetic procedures. Now, guys, it makes you wonder, and this is, like I said, no shape, form, or fashion to bash anyone or to shame anyone, but with all of the serious health risks involved with cosmetic surgeries, with all the individuals who have actually come forward after getting a cosmetic procedure, warning others, not to have it done because of the things that they have experienced. Many people have even lost their lives as a result of this. It makes you wonder, why has getting cosmetic procedures, the lipo, the breast augmentations, the BBLs, it makes you wonder, why are they an evolving trend? Although many people have suffered health risks and even lost their lives from it, why are these trends still evolving? Well, guys, the truth is these procedures are now a part of this generation's most popular aesthetics. And these aesthetics are mainly being pushed by high-profile celebrities. Although regular people are also getting these surgeries, but they are being pushed to the public by models, actresses, music artists, and famous social media and popular social media influencers. The industry has glorified and mainstreamed cosmetic procedures, especially BBLs, as a go-to for an instant body makeover. It has caused a worldwide trend that has publicly influenced others to get a procedure as well. Now, guys, this brings me to talk about self-body image. Now, these type of trends are used by the enemy to attract, distract, and to destroy many people who are unpleased with their bodies and look to solutions to build their confidence and self-esteem. Now, I'm not saying everyone that gets these surgeries are suffering a complication. Like I said, out of, the millions of people that are getting them, it's 150,000 people at an average who are suffering from these health risks. But it's a gamble because people don't know if they're going to be a part of that statistic when they actually get these procedures done. And when they see celebrities, social media influencers, and even, other people around them that are receiving so much attention and admiration after getting a BBL, liposuction, etc. They want to participate in the trend. And this has caused many people to become so adamant about changing their appearance that they simply avoid the possible risk factors. Some people desire a new look so much that they lose patience, not taking the time to even save for the procedure, and will get an unlicensed individual to perform the procedure faster and at a cheaper price. This usually ends in disaster. Now, always keep in mind that the enemy does monitor us, like I always say. He knows our strengths and our weaknesses, and many of our weaknesses are based around our own personal insecurities that we suffer from. Just like all the other wicked trends, and agendas that are being pushed in our society, the enemy is using, popular celebrities and influencers with large followings to encourage others to change themselves, through the spirit of vanity by getting dangerous procedures done to their bodies. And the sad truth is our generation is under so much indoctrination, so much under the influence of others. When you try to address these type of situations, you're said to be a hater and to mind your own business. But when people are putting their lives in jeopardy just to look good, it makes you wonder what spirit is actually leading this trend. And speaking of trends, there's a new TikTok trend called the Christian BBL. And I'm not here to bash, the woman who started this trend. I'm not even going to mention her name. I am going to show you guys a clip in a minute to explain what I'm talking about here. But she started a popular first of all, she's a popular social media influencer. And she went viral about a couple of months ago for praising God for allowing her to make it through the surgery of getting a BBL with, great healing results, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But many people were upset, with her, feeling that she is making a mockery of the Most High by using him to glorify vanity. And in my opinion, I feel the same way. And that's why I know that by us being human, we all can be driven by something. We're all driven by some sort of spirit, whether good or bad. And although many of us are righteous, we have all suffered from something that has led us to make an irrational decision, But when we make these type of decisions, we have to know when it is from the Most High and when it is the enemy trying to deceive us. We have to use our discernment. The Most High would never put us in a situation that we didn't have to be in that would possibly jeopardize our health in our lives. I'm going to let you guys check these clips out, and I will be right back.
Hey guys, so yes, apparently, as you have heard, I am the first girl ever to get a Christian BBL. A lot of people have been asking me what a Christian BBL is. I have a YouTube video up about it, but people would rather be loud and wrong. So here I am to compress basically how I got my Christian BBL and what exactly that even is. I get the YouTube vlogs are not for everyone. I only watch a few YouTubers myself. By the way, my name is Sophiology. So what is a Christian BBL and how did I end up getting mine? Okay, so I booked my surgery with Dr. Jung in Houston. I'm not sure if he's a Christian. I never asked him. It wasn't relevant to my surgery. But anyways, I'm sure God was there because God never leaves me. Everyone has called my procedure a BBL, so I call it that now too. But if we're being specific, I specifically got lipo 360 and fat transfer to my hips. If I sound aggravated, it's been a long day. But anyways, I decided that instead of getting the surgery and keeping it hush, hush, it would be nice to let my followers know I got this surgery because I'm honest. I've lost 40 pounds this year, and I also have a reputation on YouTube for weight loss. self-care, beauty influencing, you name it. So being transparent is kind of important, and I'm here for the girls. I knew not everyone would be happy about my choice to get my body done because arguably I had a nice body before, and I'm not supposed to change how God made me or whatever, but I did, and I chose to be honest about it. So I share my experience on YouTube, right? Just a regular BBL vlog. And I was met with more backlash than I expected. Like, I was being dragged. My family was so upset and worried for my mental health. Like, it was crazy. And I know I got Christian followers, but to be dragged like that is crazy. I was disgusted by the way some people were talking to me. And if you know me in real life, I don't tolerate such rubbish. You're not gonna bully me and I keep quiet in the name of I'm an influencer. If I have time, I'ma clap back. Never was I promoting plastic surgery or saying it's right in God's eyes. I was just being honest and sharing my experience to my followers. I think it's the Nigerian in me that can be dramatic at times. Like, it's very Nigerian to be sarcastic when you're insulting people. And when you mix sarcasm and dramatization, you basically have a recipe for what happened yesterday. So I decided, you know what? As much as I love having a Christian audience or whatever, I don't want the judgmental ones who speak to me out the side of their neck as if they're perfect or holier than everybody else. I want the girls and guys that are humble and know that a walk with God is not spotless. The only perfect example of a person is Jesus. And I found it necessary to remind people that the God I serve still loves you, even when you do things he told you not to do. God knows we sin, guys. As much as he's powerful and just, he's also merciful and loving. Also, my personal walk with God is nobody's business as well. So I clap back to the dragging. I posted on my YouTube channel yesterday, but I wanted to make sure I targeted the right audience when I posted. Like, I wanted to grab these judgmental Christians by their pubic hairs and drag them off my channel for good. So I knew exactly how to make sure they wouldn't miss this video. I knew exactly what would make them show up right on time for insults. I titled my video very sarcastically, as you guys have seen now, and that is how I got a Christian BBL. Because I knew my intentions, I literally saw no issue, but of course, social media got a hand of it, and that was it. I knew it would cause trouble on YouTube. Oh, for sure. But I had no idea it would cross all social media from TikTok to Twitter or X or be trending like it was. It was never my intention to make fun of God in any way. Never. I get fear. I get sense. But I got mad. And that's what happens when you throw hands with your haters and it gets out of control. Unfortunately. Honestly, without context, it looks very bad. But I'm thankful to God for turning yet another ugly situation for me in my favor. I'm glad it has people talking about God in general. How often do you see young people talking about God and standing up for God like this? Come on. If you like, continue to drag me, Sha. I don't care. God knows my intentions were pure, and my BBL isn't following me to heaven, unfortunately. I've got to leave it behind me. Pun intended.
Tragedy strikes again. 26-year-old Janisha Williams went to Florida for a BBL and liposuction and never woke up. BBL, or Brazilian butt lift, is when a surgeon does liposuction, gathers the fat, and transfers it to your bottom. BBL is a high-risk procedure for a fat embolism. If you look at the screen behind me, the green zone is the fat area, which is a safe zone. This is where the surgeon can safely transfer the fat. Red area is the danger zone. It's the muscle area, and it contains arteries and veins. If the cannula enters into an artery or a vein and releases fat into the circulatory system, the fat can travel to your brain, heart, or lungs, and most times that equals death. This is a finished result of a BBL. Ask yourself, is it worth your life? My condolences to the Williams family.
I spent $22,000 on medical grade silicone butt implants. 12 days later, after I got my implants put in, I got an infection in my right butt cheek that put me on my deathbed. So they literally cut down my butt crack, chisel, and set a implant, the same kind that you put in your breast, they put that in there. So I'm thinking like, oh, I'm going to more professional way, and it actually did not turn out well. 12 days after the implants were put in, I got an infection in my right butt cheek that put me on my deathbed. This is what my right butt cheek looked like when the implants came out.
And I feel like all the young girls that want implants and all that, they should get that book and read it before they go make the decision on how they gonna go about getting a bigger ass.
I caught my infection. One side, it was a regular butt cheek.
You mind if I see a few other pictures? You mind if
no problem. Scroll.
I don't want to go through your phone and see something I ain't supposed to see. Okay.
Yeah.
And that is as like it's kind of doing a little bit better healing, but yeah.
31-year-old implants. This is what they look like. They're probably older than most of you. What I want to show you is that when the implants are in there a really long time, you get this. This is basically bone. This is calcium. You hear the little crunch? That's bone. So when we cut it, even the scissors, it's cutting through bone.
I just really can't. I just really can't understand how they could have made such a horrible mistake. And not only did they give me the wrong size implants, but I also got the breast surgery that is irreversible. So not only am I stuck with these AAA implants, but I can never get the double Ds that I deserve. And I made a deal with the devil, and I feel like he didn't come through. And I know that shouldn't surprise me, but I just feel like this is God's punishment. I feel like God is just punishing me for selling my soul, and I just wish I could get it back.
Butterflies, as you guys know, on my channel, I really like to get into the reason why people do what they do instead of judging people for what they do. And with that being said, I want to get into some reasons, why people actually have these type of surgeries. One of the reasons, guys, some people just want a makeover. They want to reshape their bodies. Many of us have as women, we have had children, and many want to undergo the mommy makeover. And this is where they have the breast augmentation, the BBL, as well as the lipo at the same time. It's like a whole 360. They get their whole body done at one time. People just want to boost their confidence after having a child. They want to look good. So this is one of the reasons why many people have cosmetic surgeries. Another reason is many people may have problems with weight loss. They may have problems with losing the weight. They may feel that they've struggled with dieting, with exercise, and the weight is not coming off in the areas that they would like for it to come off, and it's not staying in areas that they would like for it to stay into. So they feel that if they have the surgery done, everything can be put intact at one time, and it is what it is. Also, guys, many people have jobs, like I said earlier, that, their image is everything. Many people are models. Many people are social media influencers. Many people are, and when I say social media influencers, I'm also including Instagram models. Many people are celebrities. Many people are not any of those things, and they're constantly having contact with people. They could be a salesperson or, just anything where they're constantly in the eye of people, where they have pressure, to look good. Many people do have low self-esteem and negative self-body image, and they simply don't like the way they look. And they could even receive compliments from other people, and their mind is still convinced that they need to change something about themselves. And I feel that this, a lot of these things come from the spirit of vanity that attacks the human mind and makes them feel that they have to change themselves. And he does this because he knows that you are perfectly made in the image of the Most High. And he wants you to change the way you are. Because many people, when, they do change something about themselves, it could cause an ego boost. And it can cause many people to change who they are for the worse. And this does bring me to talk about self-body image, because many people create their own negative opinions about the way they look. And sometimes a person can feel down on themselves from self-esteem issues. And I feel that as humans, we all have experienced this. I feel that we all have something that we're insecure about. No matter how wonderful we are, no matter how wonderful people tell us we are. And I feel that these things can be overcome. However, in some cases, it can become dangerous. According to the National Library of Medicine, many people who lost their lives from cosmetic surgeries were continuously returning for, and getting multiple procedures done. And this put their body at more risk each time. Another reasons individuals get a cosmetic procedure is sometimes, to impress others. And many are put down and made fun of for their image and feel that they should change themselves for the purpose of being accepted. And that brings me to talk about myself. After I had my second son, I was very insecure about my weight. And I was also insecure about my stomach, how my stomach was looking after I had my son. And I remember I had family members that would make fun of the way my stomach looked. And I had many people that would just walk up to me out of nowhere and ask me if I was pregnant, or, if I was about to have another child, and it really made me feel insecure about my stomach. Now, I ended up going to the doctor, finding out that I had a protruding hernia, and that's what qualified me to not only reconstruct my intestinal area, but to also qualify me for a medical abdominoplasty, which means that I was granted a tummy tuck for medical reasons. Because after they conducted the surgery, there would have been a lot of excess skin and fat around my stomach, and it could have caused a lot of scarring, and a lot of scar tissue, which could possibly, cause some health problems. So with that being said, although I knew it was happening for a health reason, I was so excited about getting the tummy tuck. I was so excited about, changing my appearance, people not being able to make fun of me anymore. Everything turned out successful for me. I actually went to a great surgeon. They did a great job. I also had a successful healing process. Thanks to God, everything turned out well. However, the procedure was very painful. I could just imagine, how other areas of the body feel that, as far as the breast and the buttocks area, I could imagine how that would feel, because my abdomen, my stomach area was very sore after the procedure. I went through a healing process. But long story short, guys, I just said that to say this. I had a moment where, where I was insecure, and I had a cosmetic surgery done. Although it was granted by, health reasons, I still had one done. And, I wanted it done because I was insecure about my stomach and I was being made fun of. So my own negative self-body image of myself, as well as, the teasing that I received from others is what really pushed me to get that surgery over everything. Even though I needed it for medical reasons, it's like I looked at more of the vanity part of it than me actually needing it, because I had a protruding hernia from when I had my son. And at that time, I was young, I was naive and gullible about things. And, at that time, you're just so intrigued with impressing other people, And and I'm thinking, these people are making fun of me, and I'm going through all of this pain to get this surgery. And all I can think about is how I'm going to impress them. The same people who were making fun of me. And a lot of people who have went through these type of surgeries, they have thought the same way. And a lot of people didn't make it from these surgeries. So it is very important that we love ourselves and that we not let the opinions of other people make us change ourselves. A lot of people are envious of you, and they want to see you change yourselves because they can't handle who you really are. And I know sometimes, the spirit of vanity can be overwhelming for some. Everything that looks good is not good. Just because you look and see something on camera, on social media, these people are looking happy and they're being admired by all of these people, but you don't know the pain that they had to go through in order to accomplish these things. And you really don't even know the mental effect that it may have caused them. And in my opinion, I feel that the cosmetic surgery social media trend is being led by the spirit of vanity. Now, let me read you the Google definition of vanity. Inflated pride in oneself, in one's appearance, conceit, empty, valueless. Guys, an image isn't anything. It's just an image. That's all it is. It's what's on the inside that counts. A person can be the image of your wildest dreams, and they can have the heart of a cold serpent, a cold-hearted serpent. It's just like the video about the honey traps, guys. And I'm not saying that the women that are getting BBLs in cosmetic surgeries are honey traps and they're trying to use. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is the spirit of vanity is being used, and it's being used in different ways. In this case, it's being used for self-destruction. In the case of the honey traps, it's being used to lead into destruction. The flesh is weak, guys. Every battle we all may experience is led by a spirit. In my opinion, I feel sin of pride has led to many people overlooking the potential health risks of plastic surgery to change their appearance. The ones who are just getting it just because, the people who are undergoing multiple surgeries, many are not even getting the results that they want, but they feel that if they just go back one more time, they will get the results that they want. In the process, they're changing themselves. They're changing their image. And this is what the enemy wants them to do. I'm not being judgmental. Everything I'm saying is coming out of care and concern for our society. Guys, proper dieting and fitness routine can give you the same results, if not better, without the health risk. It's a healthier lifestyle. It also It promotes more positive body imaging and transformation. And the reason why I say that is because it's something that the person is putting hard work into. It's a process. And it's something that will make them feel good about themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because when we exercise, we not only are getting ourselves in shape, but we're also opening ourselves up spiritually. We're releasing a lot of negative toxins and energy from our body. And it's very inspiring and motivating when you exercise on so many levels. Satan's plan is the opposite. Everything associated with him spiritually operates at a rapid pace. He's the one that's going to put the thoughts into your head saying, why would you spend all of that time working out when you have the money to just go over here and get this surgery done? It's going to give you better results faster. Everybody's going to admire you, the way you look. You're going to get all of this attention. You don't have to spend all these hours in the gym. You don't have to go on this strict, boring diet. That's what the enemy is going to put into your mind. And this has caused all of us to have made bad decisions in our lives out of being impatient. And this does come with pride. We all have done it. We all have wanted something so bad. Do you guys remember as a child wanting something so bad that you try to save all of your allowance for it? You're going to each different family members, seeing if they need you to do anything so you can, save up to get that one thing that you've been admiring, that you've seen on TV, that one toy. And once you get it, you're excited about it, but it's just not what it was hyped up to look like, on television. These surgeries are not what they seem. Many have complications after these surgeries. But the enemy is going to use people to push the agenda, all over social media to encourage others to put themselves at risk. But guess what, guys? He also wants everyone to look the same, everyone to act the same. If we're all changing ourselves to adapt to a trend, then that means everyone eventually will be drawn to do the same thing. It's like a one mind, control indoctrination. God is love and patience. Every blessing from him comes at the right time. Positive body transformation through proper dieting and fitness would be, something that you would accomplish through faith, the Most High, hard work, and patience. Something that is worth the wait. Patience is a virtue. You will be able to look back on this and say, I did this. I put in the hard work every day to accomplish this look. I'm healthy. I'm in shape. It's not going to cost you tons of money, to do this. And you don't have to worry about any health risks. If anything, working out is going to make you healthier. See, this tactic is also not only just to hurt the body in one way. It's to try and also distract people from working out and, promoting health. And also proper dieting, because the enemy will make people feel that having these surgeries will keep them from having to keep up a proper diet and work out. So meaning if they didn't work out or have a proper diet after this surgery, they may feel the need to have another surgery. Many don't feel like or like working out. Many people feel they don't have the time. Guys, the path that the enemy tempts us to take as humans are usually fast and risky. Remember that. Fast and risky. And it is tempting because everyone is doing it. That's his strategy. Fast, risky, and everyone is doing it. He makes it look so good. Many are idolizing and glorifying Satan's wicked trends by making everything look good that in reality isn't good for us. Vanity and pride can sometimes blind us, especially when we are really adamant about something and we lack discernment. And in this case of the cosmetic trend, discernment is non-existent. Because many people are coming forward, many people have met their demise, yet many people are still getting these surgeries. It's a gamble. In the book of Ecclesiastes, Solomon made the statement, all is vanity. Guys, Solomon desired many foreign women from nations in which the Most High warned him not to intermarry because they will turn their hearts after their gods. Solomon, with no patience, failing to use the wisdom and discernment God blessed him with, had 700 wives and 300 concubines. He was eventually led astray by them, and they turned their heads to their gods, just as the Most High warned him that they would. He was torn between many masters, aiming to worship false idols and not walking fully with the Most High. Satan wants everything systematic, easier for him to control. He wants to control society, what everyone is thinking, how everyone is acting, how everyone is speaking, how everyone is looking. He wants everyone following the same wicked trends and agendas. That's how he controls everyone into doing what he wants them to do. He wants everyone doing the same thing. And people are not knowing that all of the trends and the things that he's trying to indoctrinate everyone to do are his ways, his looks, his way of acting. It's all rebellious to the Most High. So he feels that we're all weak to vanity, things that look good, right? When food looks good, we want to eat it. When this clothing looks good, we want to buy it. If that hairstyle looks good, we want to wear it. If a person looks good, you want to draw closer to them. He knows this. He knows how big the role of vanity plays on this earth. Many people won't even have an interaction with a person or get to know them if they're not appealing to their eyes. He knows this as well. Many people have judged people based on their appearance and not know that they were walking away from someone that was sent by the Most High. Many people have cheated on their partners and, even left their partners for people that they felt was more physically appealing to them, only to find out that that person was not even who they thought they were. This is why we cannot let our eyes lead us into things that we're not aware of. Wisdom is key when it comes to dealing with anything or anyone. Just because things look good doesn't mean that they're good for you. Doesn't mean that it's safe for you. Doesn't mean that you should do it. And these trends are placing this, this indoctrinated, thought in the mind where everyone else is doing it. This person looks, good with this. I want to look like this. This person, is receiving this type of admiration, I want to receive it. This person is landing these type of jobs from looking this way, I want to land them. So in order to do so, this is what I have to do because everyone is doing it. Not thinking about, and this can be with anything. This doesn't just have to be with cosmetic surgery. This is with everything. The spirit of vanity is not the only spirit that we suffer from as human beings on this planet. We have to be careful with all things. We have to be set apart. We have to know that being of this world is very risky and dangerous because being of this world is picking up the ways of the enemy. In order to survive in this matrix, you have to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. If people are following social media trends and agendas, you don't follow them. If everyone's going left, you go right, vice versa. Because many in this world are being led by worldly things. Worldly things are valueless. Emptiness. That's why people can accumulate all the materialistic things in the world. They can, be led by the spirit of vanity and be so appealing to the eye, but can still be empty on the inside. That emptiness can only be filled with the Holy Spirit. This is why we have to love ourselves. The enemy will make us feel that we will be so fulfilled if we participate in certain things, only to find out that we still feel that same emptiness because, it's a void that only the Most High can fill. Self-love and patience comes with walking with God. The enemy will try and make you hate everything about yourself because he wants you to change your image that was perfectly made from God. The enemy wasn't happy with himself. And you see how beautifully made he was. He was one of the most beautifully made angels in the heavenly kingdom. And he still wasn't happy with himself. He still wanted to be God. We have to pay attention to this. People can copy and follow trends. It's not going to make them happy. It's not going to make any of us happy. Walking with God will fill us. We will love ourselves. We will love others. We will have wisdom, understanding, and discernment. When we choose worldly things over God, it's like choosing the enemy over God. And we begin to feel that all of these worldly things can complete us. But it's really making us evil, egotistical, and empty. If we're not walking with God and trying to live a righteous life, which no one is perfect, if we keep falling to worldly trends, we're going to continue to feel empty. And if we don't go to God, we're going to keep going to worldly things, hoping that it will fill that void. And we're self-destructing. This is how we end up repeating things that hurt us. It only gets worse and worse because we're searching for something that's not going to fill the empty void. It's not going to fill it. A person can have as many surgeries as they want. It's not going to fill the empty void. A person can buy all the materialistic things that they want. It's not going to fill the empty void. People can cause harm to others, thinking it's going to give them an ego boost, it's not going to fill the empty void. These gang stalkers, these handlers, the ones who are out here harassing targeted individuals, feeling that each time they, think that they're getting away with a tactic, a plot, plan, a scheme against a target individual, that it's going to fill that empty void in their heart. It's not. Only the Most High can do that as well. Stay set apart, guys. Like I said, I didn't make this video in any shape, form, or fashion to bash anyone. I just want to let everyone know that image isn't everything. Who you are as a person, how you treat people, how you walk in your purpose with the Most High. That's what matters. That is what matters, guys. We have beautiful spirits, and our bodies are the portals that carry them. We're all beautifully and wonderfully made. Everyone is different, uniquely made. The way you look is not going to determine a real person that loves you and cares about you. Your looks will just be a bonus to them. That your looks will be irrelevant. They will look at your heart first, not the outer shell. So don't ever let anyone try and make you feel bad about your appearance, the way you look, the way you talk, the way you act. Let them know that you are wonderfully made in the image of the Most High God, and you wouldn't change a thing about yourself unless it was something that was helping you get closer to your Heavenly Father. That's the only thing that we need to change. Things that are keeping us away from righteousness, which are things of this world. Vanity, lust, addiction, weapons that are always formed against us. Vanity is one of them as well, guys. Yeah. And that is why Solomon said all is vanity, because he was looking around seeing all of these beautiful things that the Most High created. Things of, in the world, and also, the human creations that were in the world. And he was feeling, why should I be with one woman when they are all so beautiful? I want to be with all of them. And it led him to destruction. He was going by the outer shell and not getting to know what was on the inside. You have to know the spirit of a person. You have to know the spirit of a person in order to determine their intentions for you. Everyone is not for you. And you also, when it comes to desiring something out of vanity, when it comes to a materialistic thing, or when it comes to, vanity as far as your body, you have to think about your health and the possible risk over anything. Your health is more important than the way you look. We can always do things to improve our looks without putting ourselves at health risk. But if, we become very ill, or if we lose our lives, we won't get a chance to see the beautiful things that the Most High has planned for us. How beautiful our lives actually are. How beautiful, we actually are as humans. I hope that this message helped someone, guys. I hope that this didn't seem like a random topic, but the Most High actually put this on my mind to post, because he led me to the book of Solomon, and I just kept seeing vanity. I kept seeing signs of, things having to do with self-image and vanity. So I was led to this. This message is for someone, and I hope it resonates. I have a lot of more content coming for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay prayed up. I will continue to pray for you guys. Continue to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Give this video a thumbs up if you feel led to. If you guys want to message me, you can hit me up on Instagram, awakenbutterfly_7. If you guys want to join the Patreon, I have the link down in the description as well. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. And until the next video, peace and blessings. Mwah.